Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. My name is Henry. Today is Friday, February 14. The time is around 3:30 a.m. GMT. So today we are looking at the chart of the Bitcoin. This is a 60 minutes chart, and we can see right here we have the right side up and bullish sequence stem. So that means despite what we are showing here, this is not meant to be a selling idea, right? If it is bullish, the sequence is bullish, the trend is bullish, then that means any proposed pullback is in fact not a selling idea, but an opportunity for the bulls to wait for a better price if they want to go long again. Okay, so let's see here what the chart is showing here. So this high here around 10,490 ended with 1. We can see partially in the subdivision here 3, 4, and then 5. So that means the rally is an impulse. It's a 5 wave impulse, ended with 1, and then we are now within the wave 2, and the wave 2 as always is going to be unfolding in 3, 7, 11 swing. Correction is something we will not know for sure how deep the correction is going to be. Now, however, it is going to always take the form of a 3, 7, 11 swing. Now, this is the first 3 swing here, which is we have the 1 and we have the 2 A, B, and then if we really can do another leg lower, and this is not guaranteed again because it is bullish after all. If we can do another leg lower, then the next C leg is going to be more like is going to be reaching the 100% extension of the A around this area between 97.59, 99.86, and this area should be able to see support if it is reached, of course. It should be able to see support for at least 3 pounds. All right. So so from here, wave 2 could be completed and it can go to new high, or at least from here we could see some sort of a bounce, something like this. And then if we are unable to break to new high, we're going to be doing another leg lower, but not before the bounce first, right? So that will be the idea of 3, 7, 11 swing. We're going to be correcting in 3 ways first, and then if it fails to make new high, it's going to correct in 7 swing and so on. Now let's take a look here and take a look at the higher degree. Okay, in the 4-hour chart, partial label, of course. Full label can be seen as always inside the member area. We're going to be providing update for the 1 hour 4 times a day as well, and you can check out our service. We have 14 days free trial. The link is provided in the description of the video. So here's the 4-hour chart here, a partial chart, partial label. So I'm putting in here the 5 in black, 1 in red, and 2 in red right here, so we can see where we are now. This is 5, 1, and then now we're looking for this wave 2 here. Okay, wave 2 pullback. Now as we can see here, this is your 5 and this is your 3 and 4, which is the same 3 and 4 we can see earlier in the 1 hour chart. So if this is 3, 4, 5, and then this is your 1 and 2, and then the cycle we are talking about is going to be this cycle that starts from January 24 low. So as you can see, the rally from there is in a 5 waves, an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ended with 1, right? So it doesn't matter ended with 1 or with A, it doesn't really matter. What matters is it is a 5 waves, right? It could be ending with A or with 1, it doesn't matter. But suppose that this is with 1 or with A, that means because it is a 5 waves, most likely than not, then the trend still remains to the upside. Okay, trend remains on the upside, and any pullback again is now going to be finding support in the sequence of 3, 7, 11 swing. Now, based on this idea here, then that means what we are correcting here, if this is indeed ending the cycle, and that is kind of still not really confirmed fully. The reason is the pullback is still kind of shallow so far, right? The pullback is not enough separation from the peak that you know for sure this 5 waves is really ending here. Now, in fact, we could be extending higher, and then what you need to do is you just need to downgrade this into a lower degree, right? So you can end with 1 of 5 here, right? So that means you can you can change it like this as an alternate, let's say. Okay, and that's why we do not really like the downside, because it can continue to extend, right? It can continue to, so this can be ending, instead of ending with 5, this could be ending with 1 of 5, right? So this could be ending with 1 of 5. In other words, this could be in the subdivision within the with 5, which is possible. And then you can have, you know, with 2 of 5 here. And then if that's the case, it's gonna go continue to go up, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 of 5 before we end the 5 in black here, right? So that's why if it is an impulse, you don't really want to pick the top, or you know, if it is an impulsive up, you don't want to pick the top. If it is impulsive down, it's also not really wise to pick the top and the low. Uh, Again, assuming that we are really done with 5, which is, again, like I said, you don't really get the full confirmation yet, because other than what looks like a pretty you know, strong decline here, that's all you got. There is not really a lot of evidence to suggest this really 5 waves here is finished, unless we start to do a bigger correction. Okay, unless we start, let's say, unless we break below this trend line here. Okay, we have not even broken below this rising trend line here, right? So unless we break below this trend line here, you do not know, absolutely not convinced yet that the cycle is finished. It can continue to go up. All right, now having said that, okay, assuming, if we assume that this cycle is really finished, okay, if this cycle is really finished, and we're going to be doing a with 2 correction or with B correction, and so that means the correction is going to be correcting this entire rally from here. Now if it is a correction of this entire rally, then you know that it doesn't necessarily have to stop here and starts to go higher, right? This could be just the first 3 swing, but because you can imagine here, if let's say if I'm putting another leg lower here, right? Now even though in a very strong market, this could be a wave 2, but imagine this is your wave 1, and this is your wave 2, and then we go higher again. It is possible, yes, but it's not ideal in my opinion. It's not ideal. The ideal is always going to be the pullback should be a pretty decent pullback, depending on the cycle that it is correcting. If this is the cycle it is correcting, then I see no problem. For example, if the pullback is going to continue a little bit lower, like this, for example, doing a double correction, you know, to end with 2 here and break below this trend line, which is perfectly fine, and higher again. So the key level really is going to be this one, which is the 24th January. That's really in the key level, because if this proposed count is correct, we are correcting that rally from 24th of January. Okay, and now another possibility here, in case you know, the decline starts to get kind of extended, another possibility is, because we are in the wave 2, and remember wave 2 is correcting this entire rally, so that means this leg here, it could be a wave 1. So this could be a wave 1. So let me put it here in the 4-hour chart. So that could be a wave 1, a wave 2, and then you got a wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. All right, and that will be ending your wave A from here. Okay, as a 5 waves. And then let's say you got a wave B to retest this broken trend line, and then fail, and then do another leg lower in the C, and if that's the case, it's totally fine still, even if this is going to happen. All right, this is totally fine. Now the thing about Elliott Wave and trading in general is people think there's only one way, but it is not one way. And we have to understand the possibility, the alternate path, and also most importantly the trend, right? So we can do something like this as well. It's completely fine. I mean, this could be still wave 2, and it can retrace, let's say 50% of this or 61.8% of this rally, and still completely fine. So In the alternate scenario, if we don't get any bounce from here and we just drop straight and the drop is very strong, then this can become a 1 2, and then now with 3 that will hit the 1.618, and then 4 and 5, so it becomes 5 ways down ending with a, like I'm showing here in the 4 hour, then bounce in B, and then fail to another leg lower, so doing a bigger ABC zigzag before finally Bitcoin rallies again. All right, so there you go. Couple of options, couple of alternates that can happen. Now, first of all, like I've been saying, even this cycle is not necessarily done yet, because not enough separation from the peak so far. Not enough separation, other than what looks like, like a pretty, strong correction in the first leg. That's all you got, but you got also a very strong bounce also. So even this one not necessarily ending, we can continue to go up and up and up. So don't try to be on the short side as a result, because like we are showing here, it has a bullish sequence with the right side up here. Now, what about a very very bullish view? Is there any extremely bullish view? Well, extremely bullish view can be something like a nest, a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now, if that's the case, we're gonna blow up to the upside, but again, that will be quite rare, right? I mean, we can have 1 2 1 2, and this is another 1 2 in the lower degree, and then if that's the case, we're gonna rally very very strongly in a 3 of 3 of 3. So again, as you can see, we got many couple of different paths here in the Bitcoin. Even from the bulls, there are a couple of different paths. It is correcting 24th of January, okay, and the pullback, like I've been explaining, there are a couple of different paths. We could be doing a 3 waves ending 2 and then go higher, or we could be doing a bigger pullback before higher, okay. And like I said, it can even be still part of the same cycle. So this could be 1 of 5, and then this is 2 of 5, and 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 of 5. Alright, anyway, that's the update for the Bitcoin. I hope you enjoy it. Please do like and subscribe if you do enjoy it. And I'll see you all again next week. Have a nice day, everyone.